Good morning, y'all. It's Timidity. If you're like, why are you under your blanket, Timidity? Are you sick? No, I'm just like incubating like a fun little lizard under my blanket. This is my version of red light therapy, I guess. And I'm tired of fucking January weather. Oh my god, the only thing keeping me going is the idea that I will have a nice Valentine's Day. And I'm being very honest about that. Anyway, topic of today's video, I think that there's like a weird disconnect that happens amongst feminist media. I don't understand how to explain it, but I guess, have you ever watched the video Stupid Girls by Pink? Like, that video is kind of an ironic thing where you understand what she's promoting, but in a way she's still being misogynistic. Because it's like, she's saying, oh, look at me, I'm better than you, because instead I go outside and I play fucking football and like I touch grass and I exist. I'm better than you stupid bitches who doll yourself up or have naturally big breasts or naturally get male attention or this or that, cuz I'm better than you cuz I don't need that. And it's like, and I know that sounds like bullshit, but if you watch the video, you go back and it's like scenes of her like putting on lip gloss and not caring if she's running over people. And then I get the message of the video. She's trying to be like, don't be vain, don't care only about yourself and no other human lives. But then other points, it's totally innocent shit. Like this girl is in the gym, she's just jogging with the, with the fucking sports bra on, totally harmless. And then Pink's character goes out of her way to be like, fuck you, how dare you get more attention. And she takes off her own shirt, but she's got like B cups or whatever instead of like big juggalo double D's. So then she's just angry as fuck at the girl, as if the girl's the issue. And it's like, the girl's not the issue. You should question the man. Like, really. And I don't know, like I remember I saw that video when I was younger and I thought to myself, oh, well, I would want big juicy titties, but that's just because it's nice. I'd still be deserve good treatment and to be treated nicely even if I don't have them though. And I think she looks good with the lip gloss. I think she care about human lives. But then I don't know. It's one of those weird things where like I see it happening more and more and more often. I thought that with the phrases like pick me and girls girl that life would get better, but you know what's getting ironic is that the pick me's are now using the phrase pick me. And the people who aren't girls girls are calling themselves girls girls. Like to me, when girls girl first came out, I thought that meant like, yeah, are you a girl? Where it's like you always will be willing to give out another pad or tampon to a girl in a restroom even if it doesn't benefit you because you know how hard it is to be a woman. Are you the type of person where if you'll give her like a jacket or something to wear if she's bleeding out of her skirt, or if there's something in her teeth, you'll whisper to her privately? Will you tell another girl if her outfit's cute and be nice to her and hug her and always be willing to befriend another woman? That's what being a girl's about. Somehow a bunch of bitches just decided, you know what being a girl's girl really is? Supporting not just women's rights but women's wrongs. So hey, if you want to fuck that girl's man, I'm a girl's girl. I'll support you just because you're a woman. It's like, no! No! That's kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it's as if it's kind of like what happened to phrases like girls girl and pick me and all this shit. It's like something happened to it, kind of like the equivalent of what happens when the CIA sees a flourishing communist government. Someone just decides, let's fuck this shit up. And then it all gets fucked up very, very well. Because, oh my god, being a pick me, I remember it was like just mocking the whole pick me, choose me, love me bullshit. Like, for example, I guess this is a decent excuse. People talked about the movie Love and Basketball. I remember this was one of my estranged mother's favorite movies or whatever. And in hindsight, people have been calling it out because it's like the girl Lily is like, I will play you for your love, and I'm going to take off my shirt and force you to play basketball with me so that you can leave your new bitch and have me instead, because I'm better for you and you should pick me. And this nigga was like, I bet. And he just starts slam dunking and channeling the energy of like LeBron James hard as fuck on this bitch, jostling her around, treating her like shit, slam dunking, balls in the face. Like really. Jesus Christ, nigga. You need to get scouted. And also, imagine the perspective of his new girlfriend. You're his actual girlfriend, and you're like, oh, okay. He's there with that childhood best friend who's obviously in love with him. They're both shirtless and just playing basketball for his love. I'm offended, but he's winning. So is this? Why would he even entertain this? But like, he's slam dunking on this bitch, so I guess I win. Oh my god, what a terrible fucking movie. Or like what's the message of that movie? I don't know. I haven't watched too much for aside from that scene, but Jesus, that's bad enough. That made me feel good that I didn't watch that movie for like 23, 24 years of life. Anytime I tried, it was a little I couldn't get much into it. Oh, but also a good example of being a pick me is fucking Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City. That's another show that I never got into because I just had a gut feeling it would be stupid, and lo and behold, I was entirely fucking right. Because Carrie Bradshaw, it's like, what do you fuck? I think her name's Carrie Bradshaw. Carrie, what do you mean? Like Mr. Big was such an asshole. He'd be like, "Hey, Carrie, I know you just sat down in front of me for our dinner plans that I made with you earlier today, but I decided last minute I'm gonna have a fucking drinking night with my buddy here, who's standing right behind me, and I'm just gonna stare at you so that you know to leave." And then she'd be like, "Oh, absolutely right. Also, drinks on me, 'cause I'm so cool and you should pick me. Here's $50, Mr. Billionaire Boyfriend, so that you can dip out on me." And then she'd leave. And then he would use the money she gave. He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire. You gave a billionaire fucking money for drinks to avoid hanging out with you? Really? Because she wanted to seem cool. And like, how do I put this? Being a pick me is more like, I don't know. I feel like we were doing so good at like kind of almost coming together as women, because how do I put this? It's like pick me is kind of like those people who's like, I'm not like other girls. I don't spend all my time focusing on my hair and my makeup and just useless things like boys and how to get like validation and who suck too. I don't gossip. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I just spend all day on Tumblr, and I don't take bare minimum care of myself, 'cause I'm one of the dudes, and you men should love me. Why don't you love me? You should pick me 'cause I'm better. You don't want an intellectual. And then, like, that's kind of like a version of pick me. I know lots of women, including myself, who had to overlook that mindset once we kind of realized, like, oh, never mind. We just needed to have conversations with each other in a society that was pitting women against each other. Oh, yeah, never mind. I know girls that play video games. And you know what? Makeup's kind of cool. And I don't always do it for male attention. Also, I'm gay. And then you get to realize fun things about yourself and grow. But then I feel like over time it has kind of shifted, because now with the rise of like, I mean, the rise of femininity content and femininity pages, those are pages where it's like, oh hey, if you are this type of woman, this type of this, like, it's so ironic how it's like, I think it's ironic that it ties into the rise of fascism, that women all of a sudden are becoming very conservative with how they dress, their clothing, their opinions, their mindsets. I get it though, because like, the world went to a much shittier place. Men have stayed shitty, but then so has the economy, and men have actually gotten worse in certain ways. So then you're like, you know what? Why am I going 50-50 with a man? When like decades before they were paying all the bills. Also, ooh, I'm kind of tired of working as a wage slave at Amazon and pissing in cups all day. I would want to be happy. How can I do that? And then here come femininity pages being like, oh, you know what? This is how you do it. You can't be one of those pick-me's that just says, ooh, look, I'm different. I'll pay the bill because I'm a sweet girl. I don't focus on makeup or my looks because I'm a sweet girl. Like, no, you have to unpack that mindset. And then, they get you in, and then it's all starts making sense. It all seems cool, but then eventually it takes a dive in the content. I say this as someone who has enjoyed the content, and it has helped me form into my new way of being. Trust me, I no longer split the bill at all. Like, nah, if like fuck no. And I made certain compromises because I was like, you know what, I will take better treatment than terrible treatment. And if all that means is I gotta get my hair done once in a while, and then suddenly I'm at like Michelin star restaurants in like Tahoe and getting fucking expensive jewelry, then hey, you know what, taking care of myself or doing a little bit extra to look a little extra glam is not that bad. But then it started talking about like women competition and, ooh, enable your man cheating because it's natural. Men are hunters. You just have to look the best of the best. You can't be like these other bitches. And then some other pages would take a different route where they'd be like, oh, look at that woman. Like, she's a pick me because she is like, look, I don't care about myself. I don't care about looks. I don't care about men. And that's why she suffers. Not like you, because you're a special old dandelion. You put on your makeup, you put on your little dress and your heels, and you wear it in the name of empowerment. And it's like secretly, I don't know if it's empowerment highly. It's like, it's a complex topic, and I hope I'm trying to explain it right. I'm trying to. But then now everyone's calling each other a pick me. And I get it, because now there's people being like, look at that girl. She's such a pick me. She's just made her whole life about male validation. Like, she always is focused on like how to look good for a man, how to exist for a man, how to do her makeup right in a way that attracts a man. If her outfit's good enough for a date with a man, like, she is so male centered that she cannot uncenter herself from a man. And then the other side's like, screw you, bitch. You're such a pick me because you think because you wear Converse and I wear short skirts and that you wear like band t-shirts that you're fucking better than me. Ooh, someone pick her already. She's desperate to be picked with her little knockoff, little clearance sale Timu Paramore ass. And then next thing you know, women are fighting. And that's exactly what men want. Because if women are fighting, they can do this. They'll go to one side like, oh, don't worry about what that bimbo slut thinks. I think that you're amazing and you are so different and have a great personality. And then he's going to the other side in secret and he's being like, damn girl, you hella fine. I don't know what that dirty funky bitch was telling you, but you are so gorgeous. Some girls just don't know how to take care of themselves. See, and then the men can play both girls because they both have ironically became pick me's, while also like they're throwing stones with saran wrap houses basically. And that's what I don't want. And I don't know. That's why I feel like there is a delicate balance with a lot of things. I remember this one girl online, she was like, I hate the bimbo core aesthetic that people are adopting. I feel like it's maladaptive to women. And I feel like it's disgusting and self-sexualizing and objectifying. And I chimed in. I was like, oh, actually, funny enough, some people do it as an ironic sense. Like, some people enjoy bimbo core because it either allows them to flourish in their natural sexuality or beauty that they just previously repressed because of, like, society saying it was bad to do that in the current modern era, or just because they thought it was cute, like, or hey, they do it as an ironic mockery or satirically. But either way, some people just like wearing pink and having cleavage and decided to do that because they want to rebel against a society that says, ooh, if you do this, then you're a slut, or if you do this, you don't deserve respect, or if you do this, it's cartoonishly bad. And I explained this to people, even some really conservative or like more like, like modest people, and they were like, oh, you know what, when you put it that way, that doesn't sound so bad. And I said, yeah, like bimbo core isn't that bad. You have some people that are just like, I don't want to think, I just want to look cute. And that's not inherently bad, because I'm sure everyone has had a point where they've just been like, I just want to focus on my little interests, like cute little sparkly things and like pretty objects, and not have to overthink. Like, hell, I'm autistic. I think that way. And then all I have to do is look pretty. That's perfectly fine. And then some people are like, I actually am highly intelligent and I am a lawyer, but I just choose to dress this way, like Legally Blonde style, because you know what? It's empowering me to do so, and I still deserve respect, power, and justice served for all, even as I have cleavage and pretty titties and really nice sparkly makeup on. And then there's people in the spectrum of the middle where it's just like, yeah, like they just want to exist and be cute. There's nothing wrong with that. But this one bitch kept trying to argue back and forth with me. And then at some point she got transphobic, and I just said, oh, I see. It seems like you just have a lot of weird internalized hatred towards women, and you don't seem to quite know what you want. But I hope that gets resolved someday, and I'm sure one day you'll look back on this conversation and feel a little bad about it. And then I just muted her because there was no further conversation to be had. Because why was I going to think about a hater bitch when I could be thinking about cute girls and pretty dresses? That's why I feel like intersectional feminism is important across like races, genders, life goals, all that. Feminism is the right to choose. That's the beauty of it. Like, for example, I'll put it this way. In my opinion, a woman is deserving of respect. Even, like, for example, y'all bitches, ooh, some of you motherfuckers in my comments, you always want to get assholey to me the second my hair is not perfectly done in every video. And then, like, it could be a video about some traumatic shit, like rape, or, like, abuse, or, me, like, and then bitches will be like, girl, get your hair done. Fuck you, pay me? Because it's like a lot of y'all want to do this, but don't want to give this. I'm just saying, shut the fuck up. Because if you, like, but then it's like, oh, what? I don't have the right to respect or be heard or be listened to because you don't think I'm eye candy? If that's the case, put down the fucking video. Or, better yet, just don't watch the video and enjoy me as a podcast. Hell, that was what I was eventually going to do on here, but I figured, hey, you know what? Let's get people farther ahead because we live in a misogynistic patriarchy, and you know what? While I've got this mug, I might as well use it for good. So far, so good. And then on top of that, there is like the other side. Sometimes I'll get so glammed up and glossed up that people will try to override my experiences. I remember once, like hella years ago, a nigga was like, "Ooh, everyone should feel bad for the pretty black super, for the pretty light skinned supermodel who's skinny as hell and like always gets to go on these nice dates and da 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 da. Probably never has had depression ever." And I said, "No, I have PTSD from getting raped like multiple times, and I'm skinny because I'm always starving, and I'm autistic as fuck and mentally disabled, that I can't work a job because I am extremely mentally disabled. And the dates with the men usually don't go well. It's just like hanging out with terrible people because they feed me. Usually it was just for sex back in the day anyway. Not even, the dates weren't even good. And I also sealed the deal by saying, also, I literally live in a room where my grandmother rubs shit on the walls." And then he definitely ate his fucking words and he was like, "All right, my bad." And it's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. It's like, yeah. It's like a weird urge to just already shit on women already exists. I don't think we need to be committing friendly fire out here. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid. Cause I think that it's like if I want to wear a pretty sundress and heels and be oiled up, looking good, cleavage bra, nice jewelry on, and everything, I think I look hot as fuck and deserve respect, joy, and abundance regardless. And I think that even if I went, you know what, I can't get my hair done, so I'm just gonna like put it under a beanie and wear like my normal jacket and jeans with some boots, and I go outside my house, I'm still deserving of like smiles, respect, and good treatment because I don't think my value should be rooted in my beauty. But I also think that, or like, yeah, my value, my respect, all that should not be rooted in just my looks. Like, nah. And I also think that no matter how I look, I think it's stupid to see women as competition. Because even days where I've looked my best and then another sexy ass woman walked in, I'm not thinking like, "Oh my god, she's taking top spot. I should murder that bitch, kill the cheerleader." No, I'm thinking like, hell yeah. Finally, we got another woman in here. Whew! Thank goodness. She looks great. I love her highlights. And I'm being happy as fuck. And then I'm minding my business because I don't feel the need to see other women as competition. That is a terrible, terrible thing to have. Trust me. Like, I don't think we women should see each other as competition. And that's also like what I noticed about some of these femininity pages. Some of them started off with, "Don't see other women as competition, focus on just how to be the best version of yourself and be a magnet to good people." Those are the pages I like because it's like, hey, focus on your goals, don't focus on a man. Definitely it helps to be pretty, like, and look your best because people like people who look their best. It shows they take care of themselves and respect themselves, blah blah blah. Like, and I agree with that to an extent, sure. But then it's still like the pages that I don't like are the ones where it's like, see every woman as your competition. Because if your man gets taken by another bitch, it's your fault because you didn't lose the baby weight, or you didn't, or because you're chubby, or because you didn't take care of yourself, or blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that's fucked up. I don't agree with that. I think your man was probably going to cheat anyway. You could be the baddest bitch. Your man was still going to cheat on you because it's in his moral code to cheat. Like, I'm just saying looking nice helps, but it does. And also, see, this is how it ties into fascism, is what I'm saying in some of these pages, because then it starts ingraining it in you. Other women are my competition. I need to look better than any woman ever, or else my man will leave me. And if he cheats on me, it's my fault, or it's that whore's fault because she looks better. And she, of course, she dressed for male attention because I dress for male. And then I feel like it just inserts certain ideas. Also, then it inserts the idea of course, I should like people who get dressed up and not anyone who doesn't, because those who do are the most respectable towards themselves and others. And then whole like, and it just kind of like, it's shit. I'm gonna sound very tinfoil hat here, but like I feel like that conditions people to believe like, oh, if you meet a homeless person or someone who's poor, struggling, or has any issues and they don't take the best care of themselves, that automatically says something about their moral code. No, I don't believe you should assign like goodness to looks. That's a terrible thing to do, especially because that's how people have gotten away with dehumanizing the homeless and the poor and the needy a whole lot because they thought, hey, they're ugly, and because they're ugly, I'm gonna just assume they're not worth talking to because they're probably gross, weird, or stupid, and that's not cool. And there's more that goes into it. I'm just saying, like, it annoys me whenever I see these like ads on Pinterest that are like, here's how to become a siren and how to not be a pick me like these other girls. Other girls wear condoms and then they split the bill and they cry over men who you wouldn't even give a second chance to, or wouldn't even give a first chance to. Why? Because they're pick-me's desperate for love, but not you. To prove you're not desperate for love, buy my expensive, overpriced book that I wrote with ChatGPT and stole from sex worker pages on the internet. Like, it's fucking, it's like, nah, they're targeting the vulnerable and the needy and those who want to, like, not be in fucked up relationships anymore. It's very disturbing, I'm just saying. But I also do hate content where I see kind of the inverse, where it's like, like Paramore did it in her Misery Business video, but at least in that video, people are stupid. They'll be like, Paramore was slut shaming that girl. It's like, in the video, like, it's not just the girl's wearing makeup and has big boobs and she's a bad person. The girl is literally like pushing niggas who have crutches into lockers and like making out with random girls' boyfriends and like beating bitches up. She's supposed to not be a good person. And Paramore at the end, when she wipes off her makeup and takes out her little fake implants and stuff, it's just showing like, hey, you're not as big as bad as you think you are. You're human like the rest of us and just as easy to mock. But people are fucking stupid, so they'll take a narrative and run with it. But I guess that does still like only 2%. A better example is the Stupid Girls video by Pink, or plenty of other videos where it's just like, hey, if you dare to actually care about how you look as a woman, if you're the Paris Hilton type where it's like you just are like, I like cute sparkly things and money and financial stability and I like lip gloss and being happy, then no, I don't think you deserve to be stoned to the fucking death for immodesty or whatever. I think that's just fine. Like, that's perfectly fine. People want people who have money and that look good, but then suddenly if you want to look good and have money, you're the devil. I don't think that's how that should work. And like I said, feminism should be the right to choose. So that if you're like, I don't want to wear a bra, and personally, I don't want to have my hair like done all the time just to be seen as like respectful, because there's niggas out here looking like motherfucking the Crypt Keeper who command respect. But if I have a single hair out of place, I should not be stoned to death. And I think, yeah, absolutely right. But if there's a woman out there who's like, you know what, I kind of like a push-up bra, not because I want to just like seem better than other women, but just because I like to watch my own titties jiggle when I walk by in mirrors. And then also, I enjoy looking put together and cute, but I don't think I deserve sexual harassment, and I think I also deserve to be respected just as much as my male peers, and like they can tell that I'm taking things seriously without brushing me off just because I look good. I think that they also deserve respect too. I'm just saying, people should be coming together, not apart. And especially during times like these, the last thing we need is even worse separations. Because deep down, that's just putting us all back into the hole we were in, like, for generations, where everyone's trying to convince each other that they're not a hoe. I'm not a hoe because I don't wear makeup and I wear skinny jeans with rips in them. I'm one of the guys. I'm not a hoe. I'm just, I'm super pretty and cute and not an ugly bitch. That's all. And it's like, yeah, we don't need to get to that point where everyone's just misogynistic as fuck to each other and mean again. Like, we have men for that. Don't join forces to fight against bullshit like that, so that if you want to be a stay-at-home wife, and like if you dare to have a hair out of place and your man cheats on you, like, don't blame yourself, blame the man. Collectively be a girl's girl and be like, fuck that nigga, take him for all he's got, because he's being a disgusting lustful creep as you're breaking your back to provide necessary housework and care for everyone in the home, and he's like cheating and slutting around and risking STDs. Or if you want to be a woman who has a nice office job and you look good, but you're getting sexually harassed, then I don't think there should be any excuses of, oh, well, she dresses like a slut. It's like, no, she just so happens to have a bigger frame and a curvaceous body, and she looks nice. That doesn't mean she's entitled to harassment or being missed out on opportunities or anything. Like, I'm just saying, we need to stop certain narratives, and I thought we did before, but it's making a comeback, and I'm tired of it. I think we as women should come together and just be like, hey, I like you. Just because I have my personal aesthetic doesn't mean you are a threat to me, and I will respect you. Because trust me, I for years have been like around the most beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous woman ever. Like, full on, you see them in public, your heart stops. Level gorgeous. And they have respected that I have my little, living in a cave little aesthetic. My little fucked up ghoul goblin looks with the fucked up hair and the dark sullen eyes and the decrepit wendigo body, and they respect that. They're like, yeah, that's Tamia, she's great, we love her jokes, we love her story, she's awesome, we support everything she does. Not the bad, obviously, but we're there for her because we know it's hard out here. That's important. And I support them. I support them when they take cute photos and wear outfits, no matter how modest or skimpy. And I support them with their makeup on, their makeup off, their hair done, their hair undone, whatever the fuck. Because I think the main point is like, that's what really being a girl's girl is. Like, you are there for your fellow woman, you're there to help her out. All that good shit. Try your best. Peace out.